Focus here. Nice that you are watching a new video. Today we are going to talk about ARK. In this video I'm gonna be talking about an ETF almost nobody knows about, but is doing better than ARK and couldn't possibly outgrow. For the next 4 years I just bought more and it has huge potential. It is right now trading at 130 a share and I have owned 200 shares of this EKIA for over 6 months out, and it has brought me lots of gains. The ETF I'm gonna be talking about is Invesco Solar ETF, or ticker symbol 10. Be sure to stick around to the end because this stock has huge growth potential. Welcome back you guys, it's Focus on Shares again, and I always will alert you on these stocks, so you can get the information in a quick way and draw your own conclusions from this video. I'm not gonna hoard this info to myself, and you know, like God he would be. Hello, yeah, next this includes myself, and you know I got you with these picks. You guys know I always keep it 100 with you, and I'm gonna get straight to the point and tell you guys the truth about this ETF. But first be sure to subscribe and hit the bell. Let me just say I believe ARK is one of the best ETF out there, and I think for the next 10 to 15 years it will be better than the one I am mentioning right now, but I think for the next 4 years it can possibly outgrow ARK by a lot, and they'll get into the reasoning mouth. So for those of you who don't know, HANA is a solar ETF and they have been up by over 250 on the year. And actually out through ARK in 2020 they were in the 99th percentile of all ETFs in the world, and they are also known as Guggenheim Solar ETF. Before I start talking about that individual stocks. In this ETF each one of these stocks and this fund competes with Tesla. Many people don't know, but Tesla was just a car company and not an energy company that is well diversified like they are. Then they would not be valued at almost $1 trillion. In fact, I would even say they would be a fraction of the value they're at right now. Same thing applies with Meal. Each one of the pigs in this ETF or energy related and compete very heavily with Tesla and Neil on the energy side. And the green energy sector will be huge for these 4 years. Especially with Joe Biden being elected. So Joe Biden, and specifically said before getting elected campaign, that climate change is the #1 issue facing humanity. I didn't even said we're gonna make record-breaking investments in zero-carbon technologies and pollution solutions. This is a big reason as to why I've invested in the stock. Right, so the ETF's biggest holding in one company they have that makes up 10 of the fund is ENPH Energy. Particular symbol ENPH. The revenue they are generating is insane. And even in the 1-year chart, as you can see, they had 550 growth, which is crazy. Alright, so the ETF's biggest hold, and this company is very special for many different reasons. They have the highest yield percentage for us older panel in the entire planet. They are more efficient at getting energy from the sun than any other solar company ever. They have over 950,000 systems all over the world, and they make lots of money each year, and the revenue's increasing exponentially over the years, even for houses. The solar panel is able to adjust the position based on the sun's repetitive movement, so they can maximize the amount of energy received from the sun. Also, they are very advanced components, further increasing the amount of energy stored and extracted for every consumer across the world. Having a solar panel on your house or apartment can be very beneficial, again saving lots of power for the long term, and also help the planet out. While you're at it, it's a better investment. The buyer would spend less for electricity over time because he installed solar panels from this company. It's also an American company, which is great because of the energy quota in the world, and with Biden being elected the next 4 years, it is a great idea to take advantage of these stocks and investments. Because of the new upcoming investments in American companies regarding clean energy, it's safe to say ENPH is in the right place at the right time. Moving on, let's talk about this ETF's second biggest holding, which is SolarEdge. I am invested in this company as well as the ETF. It's a lot of, but now I am excited for this company. In particular, not just because of their solar technologies, but because of the moving into creating electric trains. This would be a huge market, and it sounds like something Tesla would create. The ticker symbol is SEDG, and they had been up by over 240 on the year. The revenue is also very high, and the market cap is lower than ENPH, but the revenue is $1.4 billion, and this was 2 years ago. Back in 2019, they are getting more and more revenue each year. And something I want to say about all of these companies is don't underestimate the amount of money these Blair companies, and more importantly these energy companies, can generate. The revenues is insane, and the stocks are very underrated, and people don't really see these stocks being valued high in the future. Just know the market will be bigger in the future as well, and Biden wants there to be competition between all of these energy companies. Even as economic advisor Brian Deese, who is the owner of BlackRock, even said this in the past, I quote, "We need more companies from all over the world to be selling EV. So that Tesla is not the only easy giant and there is more of a variety of EV. And one EV company doesn't become a near monopoly. He owns over $2 billion worth of NEL and understands the direction the world will go for the next 4 years. Take a look at the projections created for SolarEdge here. And this is all by 2030. The stock is very underrated and both of the companies mentioned so far are valued under $20 billion, which is crazy if you really think about it in the direction we're headed in. Now I will say there is one big thing about part that makes me like ARK more than any other ETF. And that reason is transparency. They're constantly updating their ETF every single day. And are not like the other ETFs, the update once every 45 days. Which is standard for most of the other ones. They every day are changing the positions they have, and they aren't day trading or doing anything like that, but they have a great team of analysts who know what they're doing and collectively work together each day, making the best stocks to add to their fund. I have more money invested in ARK just because of the longer term implications of start in the pure disruption and many different markets.